So we already created everything here. So let me explain what I created in the next part. So I added some form here in this with HTML pages, some HTML pages as you can see, which is quantity and everything, add book, then add librarian form also I created with mobile number and everything. This is nothing admin carousel for that HTML purpose and everything I created. So this is all about how we already created this. So let me explain what I'm going to do is I'm going to just showing you the deployment in this part. But let me explain what is admin carousels and everything is done. So this is login admin form, which is basically servlets, then librarian login I'm creating. So this is inside the servlet. If you want to do, you have to mention this again. Then this is all email address and password method I'm going to do is. So this is basically navigation admin HTML page, then navigation home page, then return book form to form and return book everything. So you have to check each and every part here. Otherwise you will get sometimes error here while login and everything part. So let me close this HTML page and I will explain this. So add librarian method is nothing but I'm going to add some librarian methods here. Hope you already created everything inside this, and inside the db.java you have mentioned everything here. So let me do one thing is here is I'm going to mention user, and let me mention the password as this as a password and everything here. So no, I don't want to deploy it again because I already deployed. So this is done inside db. Let me explain what is this doing. So this is DB part, which is connection of SQL. Always remember you have to mention JDBC drivers also here. So this is add book part here. I'm going to add the book part, and once this is done, book is saved. So this is for in the librarian side, we can say this is for the librarian part only. Then after this add book form, why I'm creating add book form? It is just a basic part I written in HTML with Java to put the request dispatcher and add book form and everything here. So this is nothing but just printing the statements HTML codes here. Then add librarian. This part is also very important here. So it's adding the librarian inside this, and this very simple thing I'm adding here with some HTML pages. Then this is add librarian form, as I told you. Before that, you have to check each and everything here, like return book.html contains return book, but you need to mention where is the return book is servlets again. Then you have to mention fully specified name. Then you have to check this also, add book everything. So add book form is again servlets. So you have to mention this. This is again servlets. So you have to mention this. Then this is also servlets. You have to mention the fully specified names, otherwise it will give the internal errors again and again. So I already created this part, but remember you have to create this. Let us check navigation home page also. Don't double click that part, otherwise it will start at the running part. So now we are done with this part, some HTML part also. Then the navigation admin page, I already mentioned everything here. Then in admin login or librarian login part, I also mentioned the servlet part here. Then this is no longer, this is just for carousels. That's admin issue form. I also mentioned servlets again here. Then index, no need. Admin login form, add book also. I need to mention servlets dot because it's very important here. Add librarian also, servlets dot. So add book and everything. Okay, now we are done with everything. Always give the fully specified name, and this is the admin login form, add librarian form, as I told you inside the Java. Then let me close some things because we already created this part. this is done basically. Let us go to delete book. I created one delete book thing also here. Then delete librarian method also I created, because we need to mention this part again. Delete librarian, which is basically deleting the librarian. Edit librarian, basically editing that librarian part. And all things I have done. Issue book is very important. I created issue book form and issue book method also here for the form methods and everything. Let us clean and build this first. So you can directly use these methods, or you can create your own methods also here with different name. So if your window is not showing output, as I told you, go to Windows and clean that output here. And hope you can see here now my build is successful. Let me run this in Glassfish server. So it will take time to run on the Glassfish server. Build is successful. So let me open Chrome first. My thing is going to that only. Then I will add that part. Okay. So hope you can see this. This is my thing, and let me go to the admin. As I know, this is admin 123 only. Login. I'm going to add librarian basically. As I mentioned, it's John @university. Then password is J123. Mobile number I'm mentioning anything 9890244501. Okay. Librarian added successfully. If I click view librarian, it is not showing anything. Let reload this. So this we created everything here as a librarian and everything. So this is all about how we can create our methods and everything. Hope you understand this. Always remember you have to specify some default names and everything here. And don't need to mention each and every time your everything inside librarian DA. Also you can see some methods I already created, like save and everything. So always give some meaningful names to these things, and I already created this part. Again, why it is showing me sometimes error, because if you see in my librarian method, there are 4 fields, name, ID also there. So let me add one more thing, you can say ID. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mention that ID is always some default thing, you can say. So int ID is equal to 1. I'm mentioning ID is always 1. And because I haven't mentioned that part first inside this IDE, so let us put this. Let me make a question mark here. Okay, so because there are 5 fields inside this, 1 2 3 4 5, and in the librarian method also 1 2 3 4 5 fields there. So sometimes it gives the error to me. This is second, this is third, this is fourth, and this is fifth. Then what is the first part is es dot set string 1 comma, it is basically ID. So you can put this also, or you can check your methods also, like I'm using get name on things now, so you can use this also, or otherwise you can mention directly like 1 here. You can redeploy these things, and again you can check. So always remember you have to keep that part specific. Like if you have created 2 or more things inside this part, always you have to mention the similar things, and you have to create some similar things also. John @university J123, typed. Okay, J123. Mobile number is 989009. Submit. Now you can see these things are adding because I haven't mentioned the ID there. So you can create edit and everything, but I don't want to change this ID. I'm mentioning that one. You can create a loop and you can do everything. So I know this is my email now for the librarian purpose. If I go to this and I put this part and J123 and login. Now you can see I'm going to the login page and you can put here everything. This is carousel part. If I go to the add book, I can add the book. If I click the view book, I can click the view book. Let me add one book. Is call number is 1, name is Wings, author is APJ, publisher is quality. I'm mentioning anything. Don't check that and remember quality. Quantity I'm mentioning 2 only. Save book. Book saved successfully. You can save this book and issued. Issue book if I created. Book call number is 1. Student ID is I'm mentioning S101. Student name is James. Student mobile number I'm mentioning 9990234501. That's it. Issue book. Book issued successfully. Viewed issued book. You can see this is issue book. If you want to return book, call number is 1. S number is 101. Return book. So sometimes it gives the error because S101 is not inside this, because you can see S101 is this and you have to return that book always. So this is all about you can create e-library methods, and this is all about how you can create each and every part. If I create login, you can see username and password is not correct. If I go to the home and if I put this, you can see this is very informal part, and you can create admin form and each and every methods also. I haven't mentioned each and every methods, but you can create such methods, and you can create add librarian part also here as I created here. If I go to this and if I click, you can view this. I can delete this part also. You can see now it's deleted. Then now I'm going to this logout. You can do that part also. So this is all about how you can create the login method. Always remember give some specific names, as I made some mistake while giving the ID. So you can do that part also. And what you can do, you can create one loop here and you can give ID defaultly. Like I just want to use that loop again and again using for loop. You can put after 1, you can put the 2, second, third, fourth, like that you can create. So this is all about how we can create e-library method. So we created all the servlet part and everything. Now we did everything. Then we created HTML, we created servlets, and we deployed on the Glassfish server. So this is all about our project. Thank you. Hope you understand this project. You can build your own things like e-library, e-hospital methods also. So this is all about, and this is very sample project I told you. You can furthermore extend to some card methods also here. You can create QR codes also here using some HTML parts. You can change the UI all this also.